In a small town, where the trees whispered secrets and the stars shone brightly at night, lived a girl named Mia. Mia had always felt a deep connection to her best friend, Alex. They shared laughter, dreams, and countless adventures. Every summer, they would explore the nearby woods, building forts and pretending to be explorers in a wild, uncharted land. But one day, everything changed. Alex's family received news that they would have to move far away for his father's job. The day of the move was filled with sadness. Mia and Alex hugged tightly, tears streaming down their cheeks. "I'll always be your best friend," Alex promised, his voice trembling. Mia nodded, trying to hold back her tears. She watched as Alex's family drove away, feeling a heavy weight in her heart. Weeks passed, and Mia felt a growing distance between them. They tried to stay in touch through messages and video calls, but it wasn't the same. Each time they spoke, Mia felt a pang of sadness. The laughter they once shared was replaced by awkward silences as they struggled to find words. It was as if an invisible wall had grown between them. Mia missed the simple things, sharing ice cream on hot days, late-night talks about their dreams, and the comfort of having Alex by her side. She felt lost, as if a part of her was missing. Every time she heard a song they used to sing together, her heart ached. She wanted to reach out, to bridge the gap that had formed, but she didn't know how. One evening, Mia sat on her porch, staring at the stars. They seemed so far away, just like Alex. She thought about how the universe was vast, full of wonders yet to be discovered. It reminded her of the adventures they had dreamed of together. She took a deep breath, feeling a spark of hope ignite within her. Maybe she could find a way to reconnect with Alex, despite the distance. The next day, Mia decided to write a letter. She poured her heart onto the pages, sharing her thoughts, dreams, and all the little things she missed about their friendship. She wrote about their adventures in the woods, how much she admired Alex's sense of adventure, and how every day felt different without him. When she finished, she sealed the letter in an envelope and addressed it to Alex's new home. Mia felt a rush of excitement as she dropped the letter in the mailbox. It felt like sending a piece of herself into the world, a message across the vast expanse of distance. She hoped that Alex would receive it and understand how much he meant to her. Days turned into weeks, and Mia anxiously waited for a response. She checked the mailbox every day, her heart fluttering with hope. Then, one sunny afternoon, she found a letter addressed to her. Her heart raced as she opened it, and Alex's familiar handwriting filled the page. "Mia, I got your letter. It made me so happy. I miss you so much. Things are different here, but I'm trying to make new friends. I wish you were here with me. Let's keep writing to each other. I want to hear all about your adventures. Remember, you're my best friend, no matter the distance." Mia's heart soared. She felt closer to Alex than she had in weeks. They began exchanging letters, each one filled with stories, dreams, and laughter. The distance that once felt so heavy began to lift, replaced by a feeling of connection that transcended miles. Each letter was a reminder that their friendship was strong enough to withstand anything. As winter approached, Mia decided to take a leap of faith. She saved up her allowance and planned a surprise visit to Alex for the holidays. The idea filled her with excitement and nervousness. She imagined the moment they would see each other again, the hugs, the laughter, and the joy of being reunited. She could hardly wait. On the day of her visit, Mia's heart raced as she traveled to Alex's new town. When she finally arrived, she took a deep breath and approached Alex's house, her heart pounding with anticipation. She knocked on the door, and a moment later, Alex opened it, his eyes widening in disbelief. "Mia!" he exclaimed, pulling her into a tight hug. Tears of joy filled their eyes as they stood there, surrounded by the warmth of their friendship. They spent the day catching up, exploring the new town, and reminiscing about their adventures. It felt as if no time had passed at all. As the sun set, they sat on a hill overlooking the town, just like they used to do back home. The stars began to twinkle above them, and Mia realized that distance could never truly separate them. Their bond was stronger than any miles that lay between. They laughed and made new promises for the future, planning more adventures together. Mia felt a sense of hope and belonging that night. She understood that even though life could pull friends apart, it could also bring them back together in ways they never expected. They were explorers in their own right, navigating the vast universe of friendship. As they looked up at the stars, Mia felt a surge of determination. She knew that no matter where life took them, they would always find their way back to each other. They were not just two friends. They were a team, ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead, together. When the time came for Mia to return home, she felt a warmth in her heart. The distance that once felt so daunting was now just a backdrop to their story. They had proven that no matter how far apart they were, their friendship would always shine brightly, like the stars above them. And so Mia and Alex continued their journey, not just as friends, but as kindred spirits in a galaxy of possibilities. They believed in their bond and knew that together they could conquer anything. They believed Earth was primitive, but we returned to a galaxy that now worships us. After the wonderful reunion, Mia returned to her small town feeling lighter than ever. The memories of her time with Alex filled her heart with joy. They had laughed, explored, and created new adventures together, rekindling the spark of their friendship. But as the days passed, reality began to set in. Alex was still far away, and Mia found herself missing him more than ever. Back in her routine, Mia tried to focus on school and her hobbies, but she often daydreamed about their time together. She missed Alex's laughter, the way he always made her feel brave, and the comfort of sharing her thoughts without hesitation. Each evening, she would sit on her porch, looking at the stars and remembering the night they spent together, talking about their dreams and the future. One afternoon, while wandering through the local park, Mia saw a group of kids playing soccer. They were shouting and laughing, just like she and Alex used to do when they played in the fields. A wave of sadness washed over her. She missed the carefree days when they could just be themselves, running wild without a care in the world. She thought about how easy it had been to connect with Alex, and now that connection felt so distant. Mia pulled out her phone and stared at Alex's contact. She wanted to call him, to hear his voice and share her day, but fear held her back. What if he was too busy with his new friends? What if he had forgotten about her? The thought made her heart ache. She wanted to reach out, but the distance between them felt like a vast ocean. That evening, Mia decided to write another letter to Alex. She poured her thoughts onto the page, expressing how much she missed him and how lonely she felt without him by her side. She wrote about the games she played at school, the new books she was reading, and how she wished he could be there to share them with her. It felt good to put her feelings into words, but she still worried about how he would respond. After sealing the letter, Mia made her way to the mailbox again, hopeful yet anxious. She dropped the letter inside, wishing it could carry her feelings across the miles. As she walked home, she vowed to stay strong and keep their friendship alive, no matter the distance. Days turned into weeks, and Mia continued to send letters, each one filled with her hopes and dreams. Alex always replied, and with each letter, Mia felt a little closer to him. They shared stories of their lives, their struggles, and their triumphs. Alex wrote about making new friends, trying new foods, and exploring his new town. He even sent her pictures of his adventures, smiling in front of landmarks she had never seen. But despite the joy of receiving his letters, Mia couldn't shake the feeling of longing. She wanted to be there with him, to create new memories in person. The distance felt heavy at times, and she found herself wishing for a way to bridge the gap between them. One day, as she sat in her room, Mia had an idea. Inspired by their love for adventure, she decided to create a scrapbook filled with their memories. She gathered photos from their past, ticket stubs from movies, and little mementos from their time together. She even left space for new memories that they would create in the future. As she worked on the scrapbook, Mia felt a renewed sense of hope. She realized that while physical distance could separate them, their memories and dreams would always keep them connected. She included a note at the end of the scrapbook, inviting Alex to come back and visit her again. "Let's make new adventures together," she wrote, her heart swelling with excitement. When she finished, Mia carefully packaged the scrapbook and sent it to Alex. She felt a rush of anticipation as she imagined his reaction. Would he smile? Would he feel the same spark of hope she felt? She could hardly wait for his reply. Weeks went by, and Mia kept herself busy with school and friends. But her mind often drifted to Alex and the scrapbook. Then, one day, she received a letter that made her heart race. It was from Alex, and she could tell by his handwriting that he was excited. "Mia, I loved the scrapbook. It was amazing. Thank you for putting so much effort into it." The summer sun shone brightly in the sky as Mia eagerly awaited the arrival of her best friend, Alex. It had been a long time since they had last seen each other, and she could hardly contain her excitement. After months of exchanging letters and planning their reunion, the day had finally come. Mia could feel butterflies dancing in her stomach, a mix of joy and nervousness. As she stood at the park, memories flooded her mind, their adventures, the laughter, the moments that had made their friendship so special. Mia recalled the long talks they had under the stars, sharing their dreams and fears, promising to always be there for each other, no matter the distance. Now those promises were about to be put to the test. When Mia spotted Alex walking towards her heart raced. He looked different, but familiar, taller, a little older, but still the same Alex she cherished. Their eyes met, and for a moment, time seemed to stand still. They ran towards each other, wrapping their arms around one another in a tight embrace. "Mia, I missed you so much," Alex exclaimed, his voice filled with warmth. "I missed you, too," Mia replied, her eyes sparkling with happiness. "I can't believe you're finally here." They pulled back, grinning at each other, and it felt as if they had never been apart. The distance that had once weighed heavily on Mia's heart seemed to vanish in that moment. They spent the first few hours catching up, sharing stories about their lives since they last met. Alex talked about his new school, the friends he had made, and the exciting places he had explored. Mia shared her experiences too, explaining how she had kept their friendship alive through letters and the scrapbook she had sent him. They laughed and reminisced, the bond between them growing stronger with each shared memory. After a delightful lunch at their favorite cafe, they decided to head to the park where they had spent so many afternoons together. The air was filled with the sounds of children playing and birds singing, creating a perfect backdrop for their reunion. As they walked through the park, Mia felt a surge of happiness. It was as if they were picking up right where they had left off. They played games just like old times, running, laughing, and even climbing trees. Everything felt right in the world. Later, they found a quiet spot beneath a large oak tree where they could sit and talk. The shade provided a cool refuge from the sun, and Mia felt at peace. She looked at Alex and said, "I can't believe how much I missed this. It's like we're back to being kids again." Alex smiled. "Yeah, it feels amazing. I was worried that everything would be different between us, but it's like nothing has changed." Mia nodded. but a small worry crept into her mind. I was scared that being apart would make us drift away from each other. It's hard to stay close when you're so far away. I know what you mean, Alex replied thoughtfully. Sometimes I felt lonely in my new town. I missed our talks and hanging out, but your letters helped me feel connected. That made Mia smile. I'm glad. I wanted you to know that no matter how far apart we are, you're always my best friend. They both sat in comfortable silence for a moment, watching the leaves sway in the gentle breeze. Then, Alex turned to her with a serious expression. You know, Mia, I think we've proven something important. Even with all the distance, we can still be there for each other. Our friendship is strong enough to handle anything. Mia's heart swelled with pride. They had faced the challenge of distance, and it had only made their bond stronger. She felt hopeful about their future and what it held for them. Maybe we can make a plan, Mia suggested. Let's promise to visit each other more often. We can have adventures in both our towns and explore new places together. I love that idea, Alex replied enthusiastically. We can create new memories and keep our friendship alive no matter where we are. With renewed energy, they began brainstorming all the places they wanted to visit together. They made a list of activities, from hiking in the mountains to exploring museums and trying new foods. Each idea filled them with excitement and laughter, echoed under the oak tree as they daydreamed about their future adventures. As the sun began to set, casting a warm golden glow over the park, Mia felt a sense of contentment. She realized that their friendship was like the stars in the night sky, sometimes distant, but always shining brightly. They both understood that true connections could withstand time and space. Hey, Alex, Mia said, her voice softening. I'm really grateful for you. You've always believed in me and pushed me to be my best self. Alex looked at her sincerely. And you've done the same for me. We make each other better, and I wouldn't want anyone else by my side. The sincerity in his words made Mia smile. They had both grown during their time apart, and it was clear their friendship had evolved too. They were not just two kids playing in the park. They were two individuals who had learned to navigate the complexities of life, yet still chose to stay connected. As darkness fell, the stars began to twinkle above them. Mia pointed to the sky and said, Look, it's just like our dreams. No matter how far apart we are, we can always look up and see the same stars. Alex nodded, his eyes filled with wonder. And those stars remind us that we are never really alone. We're always together in spirit. They sat there for a while longer, sharing their hopes for the future and the dreams they had for their lives. Mia felt a surge of hope and determination. She knew that, together, they could face whatever challenges came their way. Their friendship was a force that could overcome any distance. As the night deepened, Mia felt a sense of peace wash over her. She realized that even though they had been apart, their hearts had always been connected. They had proven that love and friendship could conquer any obstacle. When it was time to leave, Alex took Mia's hand and said, I can't wait for our next adventure. This is just the beginning. Mia smiled back, her heart filled with joy. Me too, Alex. The universe is ours to explore. And with that promise, they walked home, side by side, ready to embrace whatever the future held. They believed Earth was primitive, but we returned to a galaxy that now worships us. With the summer sun shining brightly, Mia and Alex were ready to embark on their first adventure together since Alex had moved away. After weeks of planning, they had created an exciting itinerary filled with activities they both loved. Mia felt a thrill of excitement as she prepared for the day. They were not just friends. They were a team ready to explore and make new memories. On the morning of their big day, Mia woke up early, buzzing with energy. She packed her backpack with snacks, a water bottle, a camera, and a notebook to document their adventures. She wanted to capture every moment, knowing how precious their time together was. When Alex arrived at Mia's house, he was beaming with enthusiasm. "Are you ready for our adventure?" he asked, his eyes shining. "Absolutely," Mia replied, her heart racing. "Where are we going first?" They had decided to start their day with a hike in the nearby hills. Mia loved the outdoors, and she knew Alex did too. The hills were not just a beautiful place. They were filled with memories of their childhood explorations. They had climbed those hills so many times, always dreaming of the adventures that awaited them. As they began their hike, the sun warmed their faces and the fresh air filled their lungs. They talked and laughed, reminiscing about the times they had spent exploring the same trails. They made new plans for their future adventures, excitedly discussing all the places they wanted to visit. "Remember when we tried to build that fort in the woods?" Alex laughed. "We thought we were going to be the kings of our own kingdom." Mia chuckled. "Yeah, and it fell apart within minutes, but we had so much fun." As they hiked higher, the view became more breathtaking. The valley below was a patchwork of greens and golds, and the sky was a brilliant blue. They paused to take it all in, and Alex pulled out his camera to capture the moment. "Let's take a picture together," he said, setting the camera on a rock and running back to Mia's side. They posed with big smiles, and Alex pressed the button, capturing their happiness. After a while, they reached the top of the hill, where a large rock formation jutted out over the valley. They sat on the rock, feeling like they were on top of the world. Mia looked out at the horizon, feeling a rush of gratitude for this moment. "This is amazing," she said, her voice filled with wonder. "I'm so glad we're doing this together." "Me too," Alex replied, looking at her with a warm smile. "I missed this. I missed us." Mia felt a spark of hope. They had overcome the distance, and now they were creating new memories together. She realized that their friendship was a powerful force, able to withstand any challenge. As they made their way back down the hill, they decided to visit the local lake. It was a place they had frequented as kids, where they would splash in the water and skip stones across the surface. Mia was filled with excitement at the thought of revisiting those memories. When they arrived at the lake, the water sparkled under the sun, inviting them to come closer. They quickly took off their shoes and ran to the water's edge, laughter ringing out as they splashed each other. "Last one in is a rotten egg," Alex shouted, diving into the cool water. Mia wasn't far behind, jumping in with a splash that sent water flying. They swam and played, forgetting everything else around them. The water felt refreshing, and the laughter between them flowed freely. For a moment, it felt as if the world had melted away, leaving just the two of them in there. With summer in full swing, Mia and Alex were excited about their upcoming adventures. After their day at the lake, they had filled Mia's notebook with plans for new experiences. Each page was bursting with ideas, from hiking in the mountains to visiting a nearby city. They both felt a sense of hope and energy, a promise of what was to come. One evening, after an afternoon of fun at the local fair, Mia sat on her bed, looking at the notebook filled with their dreams. She felt a wave of happiness wash over her as she thought about their friendship. Despite the time apart, they had managed to reconnect and strengthen their bond. But as she flipped through the pages, a small worry crept into her mind. "What if this is too good to be true?" she whispered to herself. Doubts began to cloud her thoughts. What if Alex forgot about her again when he returned to his new life? What if their friendship was just a summer fling? Just then, her phone buzzed. It was a message from Alex. "Hey, Mia. I've been thinking about all our plans. I can't wait for more adventures. How about we start with a camping trip next weekend?" Mia's heart raced with excitement. Camping had always been one of their favorite activities. They had spent countless nights under the stars, sharing stories and dreams. But as she read his message, her worries re-emerged. What if I mess it up? She thought. What if something goes wrong? Taking a deep breath, Mia replied, "That sounds amazing. I'd love to go camping. Let's make it a great trip." She hit send, hoping her excitement would drown out her fears. The days flew by as they prepared for the trip. They gathered their gear, planned meals, and made a checklist of everything they needed. Mia felt a mix of excitement and nervousness. She wanted everything to be perfect, but the fear of losing Alex again loomed in the back of her mind. Finally, the day arrived. Mia packed her backpack with sleeping bags, snacks, and a flashlight, feeling the thrill of adventure bubbling inside her. Alex picked her up, and they drove to the campsite, laughter filling the car as they sang along to their favorite songs. When they arrived, the campsite was beautiful. Tall trees surrounded them, and a gentle breeze rustled the leaves. The sound of chirping birds filled the air, and a nearby stream gurgled happily. It was a perfect setting for their adventure. They set up their tent and gathered wood for a campfire. As they worked together, Mia felt the tension in her heart start to fade. The familiar rhythm of their teamwork brought back memories of their childhood adventures. She was reminded that they were a great team, capable of tackling anything together. As night fell, they lit the campfire, and the warmth of the flames flickered in the darkness. They roasted marshmallows, making gooey s'mores just like they used to. The stars began to twinkle above them, and Mia's heart filled with joy as she gazed up at the night sky. "Look at all the stars," Alex exclaimed, his eyes wide with wonder. "It's like 1,000,000 diamonds in the sky." "It's beautiful," Mia agreed, feeling a sense of peace wash over her. This was what she had missed so much, the feeling of being connected to Alex and to the world around them. As they sat by the fire, they began to share their hopes and dreams again, just like they did when they were younger. Mia felt safe and happy, but then she remembered her worries. She hesitated, unsure if she should voice her fears. "Alex," she started, her voice trembling slightly. What if this is just a summer adventure? What if when you go back home, things change again?" Alex looked at her seriously, the firelight dancing in his eyes. "Mia, I've thought about that too, but I truly believe our friendship is stronger than distance. We've already proven that." "But what if it's hard again?" Mia asked, her heart aching. "What if we lose each other?" "We won't," Alex said firmly. "We've made a commitment to each other. No matter where we are, we'll always find a way to stay connected. Remember our letters? We can keep that going. We can video call, send messages, and keep dreaming. Together, we're explorers, after all." Mia felt a wave of relief wash over her. Alex's words filled her with hope. She realized that even if challenges arose, they could face them together. Their friendship was a powerful force, one that could withstand anything. "Okay," she said, smiling through her worries. "Let's promise to keep this going, no matter what." "Deal," Alex replied, extending his pinky finger for a handshake. They made their promise, sealing it with laughter and a firm grip. As the night deepened, they shared stories of their childhood and dreams for the future. They talked about going to college together, traveling the world, and even starting a business. Each idea excited them more than the last, filling them with a sense of possibility. Eventually, they grew tired and crawled into their tent, the sounds of the forest surrounding them. As they lay in their sleeping bags, the memories of the day played in Mia's mind. She felt grateful for this moment, for the adventure they were sharing, and for the bond they had nurtured. Just before drifting off to sleep, Mia whispered, "I'm really glad we did this, Alex. I feel closer to you than ever." "Me too, Mia," he replied softly. This is just the beginning. The next morning, they woke up to the sound of birds singing and the sun shining through the trees. After a quick breakfast, they decided to go for a hike. They explored the trails, discovering hidden paths and breathtaking views. Each step brought them closer together, their laughter echoing through the woods as they reached a viewpoint overlooking a stunning valley. Mia felt a rush of joy. Look at this! It's incredible! She exclaimed, taking in the beauty of nature. Alex grinned. This is what it's all about, exploring the world together. Standing side by side, they both felt a sense of belonging. They realized that their friendship was not just about shared experiences. It was about supporting each other through challenges, believing in each other, and dreaming together. As they made their way back to camp, Mia knew that no matter what obstacles lay ahead, they had the strength to face them. Their bond was unbreakable, and they had proven that distance could never diminish their connection. That evening, as they sat by the campfire once more, Mia felt a sense of hope and excitement for the future. They had shared laughter, faced fears, and made promises. Their adventure was not just in the woods. It was in their hearts. When it was time to leave the campsite, Mia felt a mix of sadness and joy. She didn't want the adventure to end, but she knew it was just the beginning of many more to come. Together, they could explore the universe of friendship, proving that they believed Earth was primitive. But we returned to a galaxy that now worships us. The camping trip was everything Mia had hoped for. She and Alex had laughed, explored, and made memories that would last a lifetime. Even the quiet moments, like watching the stars or sharing stories by the fire, felt special. But as they packed up their things and prepared to leave the campsite, Mia felt a familiar sadness creeping in. The drive home was quiet. Trees flashed past the windows, and the sun was just beginning to rise, painting the sky in shades of pink and gold. Mia stared out the window, thinking about all the fun they'd had. She wished the summer could last forever. Back at home, Mia and Alex unpacked their bags and sat on the porch, both knowing that their time together was almost over. Alex would be returning to his new town soon. The thought made Mia's heart ache, just like it had when he first left. They didn't talk much at first. Instead, they watched the clouds drift by. Mia tried to memorize every detail, the way the light caught in Alex's hair, the sound of his laugh, the gentle breeze that made the trees dance. She wanted to hold on to these moments for as long as possible. I wish you didn't have to go so soon, Mia said finally, her voice quiet. Alex nodded. Me too, but I have to go back. School starts soon, and my parents are waiting for me. Mia sighed. It's just, every time you leave, it feels like a piece of me goes with you. I'm scared we'll drift apart again. Alex looked at her, his eyes serious. Mia, we've already shown we're stronger than distance. Remember when we wrote letters and planned our adventures? We've done things most people only dream about. We're not just friends, we're a team. A team that never gives up. Mia tried to smile. It's just hard sometimes. It's easy to feel close when you're here, but when you leave, everything feels different. Alex reached into his bag and pulled out the notebook they had filled together. He handed it to Mia. This is our promise book, he said. Whenever you feel lonely or worried, read it and keep adding to it. I'll do the same. We can send pictures, write new ideas, and keep each other updated. Mia opened the notebook, flipping through the pages. Each one was filled with memories, dreams, and plans for the future. She felt a wave of hope. Even if they were apart, their friendship could keep growing. They spent the rest of the day together, doing all their favorite things one last time, playing games in the yard, visiting their favorite cafe, and sitting by the river, skipping stones. Every moment felt more precious, because they knew it would be a while before they could do these things again, as the sun began to set, painting the sky. In orange and purple, Mia and Alex sat quietly by the river. The air was cool, and the world felt peaceful. "Promise me something." "Alex," Mia said, picking up a smooth stone and holding it tightly. "Promise me we'll always find a way back to each other, no matter how far apart we are." Alex smiled and picked up his own stone. "I promise, Mia. No matter where I go, you'll always be my best friend."